Shout out to John the Magic Guy from Snoop Lion. I love the way you do your thing on video. Keep up the good work. You dig?
Well, hi there. I'm John the Magic Guy, and I can do some pretty cool things. It's taken years of practice and dedication, but I've put my life to making the impossible possible. But everybody has to start somewhere. So here's some beginner tricks that you can learn. This is not really a magic trick, more of an optical illusion, but if you draw 3 lines on a piece of paper to make a face, if you make sure the mouth lines up with about the center of the eye on both sides, then you fold it right at the corner of the mouth to the center of the eye on both sides. Get a nice little crimp, see, right in the center. Same thing on this side, and then you fold the two together to form an M or a W, depending on which way you're holding it. But then you're done. You've got a perfect little optical illusion, because now if you look at it and tilt it this way, he's happy, but if you tilt it this way, he's sad. Happy, sad, happy, sad. And this can work with any photograph. Even on an old bill, this Canadian Tire money, but you can see this guy, I've folded it right at his eyes to the corner of his mouth and then folded them together for the M shape. But now if you look at this dude and you tilt him, he can be very sad. But he's happy. But whoa, this can even work on your own pictures. Now here's an easy way to force a card. This is called the crisscross force, And a secret preparation is you know what the card is on top. You don't tell anybody, but you know ahead of time that the card is on top. In this case, it's the Ace of Spades. Then you ask your spectator to cut the cards anywhere he wants. And just makes a cut. And then you pick up the other half of the deck and put it on top, crisscross, like that. Now, then later you're going to reveal that this card is going to be his card that he chose. Now that might seem a little silly because you, following along, know that that's still the top card. You just have the top card, you move it over there. I'll put it up so you can see it, and then you mark it. But what you need to do is you need to use something called time misdirection. Now that sounds fancy, but you just have to talk for a couple seconds, maybe 5 seconds. Tell a joke or say you could have cut the cards anywhere, I have no way to know. But then you should pick up the top half and they have them look at the card. Let's start again. You can go through the whole thing. All right, cut the cards anywhere you want. They cut the cards. We're gonna mark the cut right there. Now you could have cut the cards anywhere you wanted, but you chose to cut right there. Let's take a look at the card you chose. You go ahead and look at it, the Ace of Spades. Now the thing is, if you force a card, you know what it is already. You can have it written down somewhere. You could have a duplicate card hidden somewhere. It's easy as pie once you know how. Now here's a great way to reveal the card if you already know it. I'm going to use cigarette ash, but you could also use cinnamon or cocoa or even glitter. And you tell them you're going to reveal the name of the card, and you take that and you rub it on your hand, and it reveals the Ace of Spades. Now this is nothing tricky. This is just using a little bit of chapstick. That's the secret, chapstick. And if you put a little mark on your hand, Ace of Spades, or just anything you want written there, the ash or the cocoa or the glitter will only stick to that. Now here's an easy way to make things disappear. Now you have to be sitting for this, but if you're sitting, you can make almost anything disappear. And here's the secret, you just throw it in your lap. So as you're pretending to pick it up off the table, you just kick it into your lap and you pretend to pick it up. But if done right, it looks like you're picking it up and you squeeze and it's gone. Now it's all acting. It's not very hard, but here's a clever thing you can do with it. If you have a second coin, a different coin, hidden in your hand, you can pick up that coin, put it in your hand, give it a squeeze, and it will change. Now this doesn't have to be coins, it can be actually done with just about anything that your hand can cover up. And if you don't cover it up, it looks like that. But if you keep your hand steady, you can transfer it to the other hand. You can make anything disappear. Now keep your legs together, otherwise it'll fall right on the floor. If you want, you can put a napkin across your legs to stop it from doing that. But you just pretend acting. Ha ha ha! Easy. And here's another way to force a card. This one's even easier. It's called the double cut. And again, you start with a card you want on top. You know that. That's your secret preparation, the 9 of clubs. You ask the spectator to cut off a small portion of cards and flip them face up on the deck. That puts the known card face down. And then you have them do it again, bigger. And this just confuses people. All it does is it sorts out so that the first face down card is the original top card, the 9 of clubs. But what you do is you go through and say, hey, the first face down card we come to is going to be your card. That's the card we'll use for this trick. We know what all these cards are, but this one, we don't know what it is, so that's going to be your card. And like I said, once you force the card, all you have to do is lose it in the deck and then reveal it in some silly manner. Go follow John the Magic Guy on YouTube.